Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie. Today's reading is about your April 2026 tarot predictions. I don't know why I said horoscopes, maybe I'll start doing that. But we have your tarot predictions here for April. So we have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have the amethyst point. Pile 2, we have a rose quartz. Pile 3, we have pistachio or ocean or seafoam calcite. And pile 4, we have a clear quartz tower. So take a few deep breaths, think about your month of April, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the amethyst point, then we have your reading here for you for the month of April. We're going to see what is going to happen for you in April, starting with the oracles, and we're going to get into the tarot where we're going to see more specifically what's going to happen for you in your general love and relationships and career finance. So we're going to start with the cards you chose. So this card is meant to be a yes, no kind of card. So if you have any questions that you have to ask, you can go ahead and ask them. I'll turn that one last. We have Easter egg hunt number 11. What you seek may not be what is seeking you. Perhaps a shift is what is needed. What you seek may not be seeking you. So there's something here about pouring your energy into something that may not be giving enough back, or that maybe isn't meant for you. If you've been trying to make something work out but it's not, it could just be that it's not the time right now, or that it's time to look in a different direction, maybe a different option as well. We have changes. We have intuition. We have jasmine. It is through yourself that divinity is able to weave magic. It is through yourself that divinity is able to weave magic. So yeah, I do get this feeling that you're either taking yourself for granted, or you're making yourself out to be smaller or less than you are, selling yourself short. I keep hearing that. So I feel like you're not playing enough of a bigger role in your own life or in your power over a situation. It's kind of like you're keeping yourself small for a situation, or you could be chasing something that isn't actually on par with you somehow. Like, for example, I see this in dating where people are, going below their what's it called? Yeah, whatever. They're going after less when they are more. And it's like, why are you chasing that? Why are you going after someone who not only doesn't like you, they're actually below you in some way? Below your league. That's what I meant to say, below your league. I typically don't say things like that, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Same thing with a job. You could be applying for jobs that are actually trying to pay you less and make you work harder when you're meant to work less for something more, or something along those lines. I feel like you're very capable of a lot more than you've been allowing yourself to believe. With changes in intuition, I feel like a lot of you have already felt this, or you will know this in April. It's going to be a very natural shift, a very natural change, a very natural realization that you've been pouring too much into something that isn't giving enough back, or that may not be ready to give enough back, It's like, for example, if I was to use the example of a stock, like in the stock market, it's like you keep pouring money and money into a stock that you know is going to go up, but you can pour all that money in right now. It's not going to go up any faster. It still needs time, or it may still be, steady until something happens. That's what I'm seeing. We have Angel's Trumpet, Death, number 46. You could be saying goodbye to this thing, or maybe you're already aware. I do get by the time that April rolls around, you are very aware of this. And then Hibiscus Joy, number 14. The number 4 keeps coming through very strongly. Not only that, but April is the 4th month. I do see by letting this go, you are going to be happier, because the joy came after the death card. So here it's kind of like letting go of something, or letting go of the want to do something. Letting go and releasing is going to bring joy somehow. You might think it isn't, or you might find it hard to do so. I guess depending on how your relationship with letting things go is. But I do see happiness coming through when you finally stop caring about a situation, or where you finally stop pouring energy into something that's not giving back. It's almost like you get your own energy back. Not only that, but you may find yourself in a better mood as well. The card here, the yes no card, says your magic is potent, and that's the second time that's come through. It is through yourself that divinity is able to weave magic, and your magic is potent, and your intuition. Do not deny your intuition this month. I feel like it's really amping up to something very, very strong, or it's been trying to tell you something. It might be even hard to to ignore this month for a lot of you, because things are changing. You are releasing something and you're heading in a new direction this month, more so than the previous ones. For those of you who deal with spirituality and magic and intuition, it's going to be very impactful. So don't be afraid of fully tapping into that this month as well. Not only that, but I feel like you could be looking for something and you might end up finding something else. So I get this a lot when I'm looking for certain clothes. Like I give myself, because I like to manifest things, I give myself a certain type of clothing item that I want to look for. And I'll find it. I'll find all kinds of the same kinds of clothing, but it will not be right somehow. For example, the price could be wrong, the color could be wrong, maybe it's not the size, and I don't stop until I find the perfect thing. But then while I'm looking for that, I may find something entirely different that I didn't know I had. So don't be afraid of putting effort into anything else. You might find something unexpected for sure. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into your tarot for April. We're going to start with your general. I'm not going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot, Pocket Tarot. So in general, for my pile 1, what is happening for my pile 1 this April? Something about oranges. Oranges in Florida. Maybe those are important. Or wherever oranges are grown close to you. Because I think they're also grown in California. Or used to be. We have the 4 of Pentacles reversed. Again, letting go. There's a common theme here of letting go, ending things, releasing the energy of something, stop pouring into something that isn't giving back. Take that however it resonates. Or that isn't giving back as much. We have the Moon reversed, Revelations. We have the 8 of Wands reversed and the 8 of Pentacles reversed. If you've been wondering why things have slowed down or why things are sluggish, or even if you yourself haven't sped up or slowed down, maybe you're at the same pace as everything else. Maybe you're at your regular pace, but everything else around you seems to have slowed down. It's for a reason. It's for a reason, and I think you're meant to release in this slowing down period, because I'm getting for a lot of you that you yourself, you're going at either your natural pace or maybe you have picked up the pace in something here. I'm not sure quite what it could be. It could be in general. But everything else around has slowed down, whether it's in terms of profits, the time that you receive, messages or something. I feel like you're at a regular pace, but things are just coming in slowly. And that's so that you can process what's going on around you. Because something will be revealed in this slowing down. We could be talking about Mercury retrograde, but that will end before April. So if you're watching this just before April, understand that things may still be slowed down because the retrograde is undoing itself. And that was meant to happen so you could see something. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So progress will be slow this month, which I know sucks because April is going to be starting with Aries. And Aries doesn't like to take things slow. Not at all. Taurus does. So I guess this could be my more Taurian pile. But yeah, things are meant to slow down. You're meant to slow down. You may like it. You may not. I guess it depends on you. But things are meant to slow down so that you could release much more easily. This is like, for example, I see this if we take the example of a breakup, like I've seen people who break up, but they don't necessarily separate right away. And they're meant to slow down so they can fully process the breakup at the same time that they are, trying to move out of each other's places or finding a new place to live, etc. It's like the process is kind of going according to how they're meant to release each other. So to put it in a particular way. Same thing with a job. If you put in your 2 weeks, but then it takes a little bit longer to actually receive, to do the process of releasing the job. It could take longer to find a place. But regardless, don't let the slowdown freak you out. Yeah. So with that said, just make sure you stayed focused. I feel the only problem I don't like about slowing down personally is that it's easy to lose focus and slowing down. That's part of the reason I like to do things quickly. But that's just me personally. Just make sure to stay focused. So for your love life and relationships, what's going on there? Your love and relationships and friendships, not just love. We have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the High Priestess. Okay, you are going to have a lot of options, lots of places to go. You could be invited to a lot of things. People could want to take you out. If you're dating, you could have a lot of prospects. If you're not, like I said, you're still going to have a lot of places to go. You have your choice of a lot. And I don't think you want to, either you don't want to commit, or you don't want to say you're going to be somewhere and not show up, or you don't want to commit yourself to a long-term plan, at least right now. And that's understandable. And Judgment reversed. I really do feel like you just want to keep your options open, because the same thing with the Judgment is going through here. It's like you don't want to make a decision right away if you know you're not going to have the time for something. And I do feel like this is long-term plans. This could be like, for example, if your friends are planning a vacation and you don't want to commit to that because you don't know if you're going to be free that week or not. Or this could also be like, maybe you don't know if you're going to have the budget for something. You don't want to commit to anything. I feel like this makes more sense in terms of romance. Like you don't want to commit to anybody because you just either don't feel like it, or you want to keep your options open. Either way, it's fine. But regardless, you're going to have a lot of fun. I think the only thing keeping you from having too much fun is knowing that you can't stay. For those of you who are vacationing or staying somewhere temporarily this month, I feel like that would make a lot of sense. Like you don't want to promise something if you know you're not going to be there next week, next month, etc. I just feel like you have to make sure that you are, well, one, trusting your intuition regarding whether you're going to be capable of doing something here or not with the High Priestess. And two, just being honest. Be honest with the people around you. More than anything, be honest with them. Back of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of what your choices are, it's this FOMO. This does feel like FOMO. Don't be afraid of FOMO. I do feel like there's going to be more opportunities coming for you in the future as well. Not just regarding friendships and relationships, but also in general. So yeah, there could be a slowdown. And maybe people feel because there is a slowdown that you're able to do something here. But I feel like you have to be on your own timeline here. You can't be swayed by the others around you. So I am getting that. Let's get your last ones, which are going to be your career and finance. Sometimes the career and finance section leans more towards one way than the other. So I will read it as it is, or as it comes through. For pile one, we have the Magician. We have the Hierophant. If you feel like you can't get anything done in the workplace, or if you can't even like manifest something better, it's because there's a lot of bureaucracy getting in the way, whatever that may be. Like I feel like plans are being thwarted. I feel like everybody's got their own idea of how things should be. So your higher ups are getting in the way of you getting what you deserve, unfortunately. Which honestly, the power struggle this year has been real. Like I just keep reading that everywhere. We have the King of Wands. Yeah, you never want to see the King of Wands reversed, because this means this is somebody who is placing their ego above their dedication to their job, or even their ability to do their job well. Like they care more about what makes them look good and not what is actually good. Five of Pentacles. It's not a great month to ask for a raise. And Eight of Cups. Not only that, but I do see you very checked out. When it comes to the workplace, it's kind of like things can't happen, and it's only because there's somebody running around doing stuff that isn't really in the best interest of themselves or the company or you. So I don't know what exactly they're trying to get at here, but unfortunately this is getting in the way of everybody prospering, not just you, but everybody else. I don't feel it's going to last long, because when you see a problem like that, somebody's going to say something and something will be done, because the problem is becoming more and more apparent here. The Eight of Cups lets me know that the more checked out emotionally you are from your job, the better. It will resolve itself, but don't put your all into this. In fact, that's been the overall theme this month. Yeah, Four of Swords reversed. Don't put your all into everything. In fact, the less energy, effort, time, etc. that you place into everything, the better things turn out for you. Oddly enough, there's something about just backing off and not being so focused or so immersed in something that is going to end up helping you out in the long run. For a lot of you, it would be a great month to take a vacation if you can, or a great month to just like chill, relax, and like lay low, because it's not going to be a great month in terms of there's going to be a lot of butting heads, a lot of people getting in their own way, or like people getting in the way of other success. It's not just you. I do get it's the collective. This feels like a collective reading more than anything, which all my generals are, but I feel like we're going to see this on a bigger scale. So if you were here and a lot of this isn't resonating with you, it could be resonating with somebody else that you may know or that you may witness. So yeah, this is what I have for April. The good news is, though, is that you're going to have a lot of fun. Just make sure that things are not getting in the way of your fun. It could be easy to convince yourself that you're not allowed to enjoy the small things or enjoy things here and there. Make sure you are living in that joy. That and your intuition will be strong. So let's get some final closing cards, final advice for my pile. For my pile 1. We have, I am worthy of safe and healthy relationships. Yes, you are worthy of healthy and safe relationships. And I feel like that could be something that you may ask yourself this month is like, am I prioritizing safety and allowing myself to be surrounded by people who also value me? That's what I'm getting. And I know that my thoughts are not always true. Yeah, for some of you, you could be stuck in this mentality of negative self-thinking. So understand that whenever the negative speak starts getting louder, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Yes, listen to your intuition, but your intuition will never drive fear into you. It may drive warnings and it may drive, symbols of what is meant to happen or not happen, but it's never going to try to lead you with fear. Intuition likes to lead with the heart. So with that said, this is where I leave it, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the pink quartz, sorry, not the pink quartz, the rose quartz stone that we have a reading here for you for the month of April. We're going to see what your month of April has in store for you. We're going to start with the oracles and get into the tarot to tell your general love, relationship, and career finance. So pile 2, let's go ahead and get started with your cards. So I'm intending this card to be your yes/no card. So if you have a yes/no question, I will flip that last. So the card you chose is Spring Rain, number 41. What awaits will water the resilience that evolves amid surrender. Ooh, I want to say that again. What awaits will water the resilience that evolves amid surrender. I'll come back to that. Let's see. We have Chicks, number 6. There is no greater power than the light that lives on through acts inspired by the heart. I'm getting the sense that for some of you, there could be certain things that you have to do on your own this month, and it's a great month for independence, especially because Aries likes to kind of do things on their own. But I do feel like there's a dedication to your craft, a dedication to your improvement, to your career, your self-development for sure. I feel like you're meant to focus on yourself right now so that you can meet up with either other people or with somebody else. I do see, for example, what I'm being shown is that there are like either a group of friends or 2 friends that are working really hard towards, saving up money, doing their thing, getting their stuff in order so that they can finally meet each other elsewhere or take that vacation together or something along those lines. So this could be the overall vibe of you and your friends. Like, you're still keeping in touch with them, but maybe you're all doing your own thing. We also have Creator Air. Yeah, there's a breath of fresh air this month for you. We have Love, 28, and Rose, Love. Wow. We have 2 love cards from 2 different decks. And look, I didn't look at these before I don't look at them when I shuffle. Sometimes I'll look at the beginning one just because I'm curious when I'm bored, but never, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, okay, so pile 2, if there is a romance involved, and I know that's not going to be everybody, so ignore this if it isn't. It could also be a friend. You and somebody could be working really hard to get your stuff in order so that you can be together. Whether that's moving in together, whether that's seeing each other, especially if it's something long distance. I feel like you're making the time to to be with each other. Again, like I said, saving up money, getting your stuff in order, whatever that may mean. And I do feel like there's a breath of fresh air here for some sort of relationship. If it's not romantic, it could be a friendship. It could even be family. But for a lot of you, this is leaning romantic. It's almost like how you love others is by taking care of yourself, which may not make sense, but I have Venus and Aries, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Like, if I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not capable of taking care of anybody else. And that was a difficult lesson I had to learn when I was younger, because nobody's going to save yourself from your own issues or your problems. They can, and it's great that they try to help, but at the end of the day, if you don't want something for yourself, it's not going to happen. So I am getting the feeling that you're both, you or everybody involved, I guess it depends on how many people are involved here, because like I said, it could be multiple friends or it could be you and somebody else. It's almost like you're waiting. Like, April is a month of waiting for something to happen, which there's a lot of love here. There could be a lot of communication here, or new communication as well, with the creator air energy, because I'm getting like a breath of fresh air. I'm getting new things coming in. I'm getting stuff aligning itself for you, but you're also doing your own part in being part of that alignment. So the yes no card you got is a block exists. Okay, so there's definitely some sort of block between this happening. It could be like a self-love block, or a block of you believing that you deserve something. Even just the block of believing that you have to work hard to earn love. That's a very common block in a lot of people. If you believe love is hard, then it's going to be hard. And I know it can be more difficult to dismantle that kind of mindset, but it is something worth looking into this month, because it's a great time for that breakthrough. The creator air sign can also be a breakthrough, because I'm associating this with the Ace of Swords. So just imagine this is an Ace of Swords here. Rain could be important. A rainy day with somebody could be important. Also, whatever you're working towards this month especially is going to make you either very resilient, or it's going to make some sort of effort, job, project, relationship, etc. very resilient. So I like this energy. I feel like it's going to be for some of you, it could downright be a very romantic month. And for others of you, it could just be a month where you focus on all aspects of love, the self-love, platonic love, familial love, romantic love, etc. So beautiful time to tend to yourself and to tend to others as well. You could be meeting somebody's family, because this makes me think of a family. So yeah, you could be meeting somebody's family or friends that are like family as well. This would be a great month to do so. But let's go ahead and get your tarot pile 2. It's funny that you chose rose quartz, and also the number 2 is a number of interdependence, of two people coming together. So it all checks out in this pile. So in your general tarot predictions, we have the Magician. Love it. Love to see it. We have the Star. Wow. You're manifesting great things. You're manifesting all your wishes and dreams, or it would be a great month to do so. We have the Mother of Cups. Wow. Nurturing, again, is coming through. The more you nurture yourself and the people around you, the better things work out for you. Something about the mother wound could be healing for sure this month. It's almost like you're finally fully healing something that was very hard to release or let go, especially if it came from your mother. Or if you are a mom, it could be healing something within yourself in terms of how you view yourself as a parent. We have, the Ten of Wands, which is what I was picking up on, the burden. So things will not be difficult. Like, they may seem difficult, but I feel like it's all a matter of the approach you are taking here, because the Nine of Pentacles lets me know that you're going to be set in terms of your health, finances, whatever you've been mustering, whatever you're working towards, you're going to manifest that. Because I keep seeing this particular story of somebody trying to save up money, or save up, vacation days, or just doing something so that they can go after something, so they can go see their mom, so they can go see their family, so they can go see somebody that they love. And I'm getting very emotional tapping into that. I can tell that a lot of you have been working really hard for somebody. So somebody that you don't want to see suffer, or somebody that you don't want to have to see go without. Back of the deck is Temperance, but there is healing involved. In fact, you doing this for somebody else is somehow healing you, oddly enough, which is very sweet. So yeah, for those of you for whom this isn't about romantic love, it does feel like familial love. It could be both, honestly. I feel like it could be both at the same time in different places. Like maybe you're working hard to see somebody like your family, but you also want to see your, you know, your romantic partner or focus on your romance. Somehow that's all tied together, especially if the wishes of your family have accompanied you with this journey. I feel like it's coming together in April, or you're going to be focusing on that in April. Ooh, okay. I don't know why I got emotional there, but let's move on to your love and relationships. Friendships and relationships. It's a great month though. I feel like you're gonna be coming out on top. A wish will be granted, or the wishes that you make right now are going to be very well blessed. We have the Knight of Wands. You're going to be having a lot of fun this month. We have the Queen of Swords. Not only that, but that part of yourself, your inner critic, is going to be out the window. So any negative self-talk, any the critical voice that you either express to others or yourself or all of the above, it's going to be silenced. Because this month, for some reason, I'm getting a very silent energy in this pile. So silence could be golden. So even if you hang out with people, you may not be talking to them much, and it's all vibes, you know. It's all like, how do you feel around them? Yeah, Empress. You're going to be looking amazing as well, pile 2. So even if you feel like you don't look great, you're going to look great. That's where that negative self-talk is going to be muted. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful energy for sure. King of Swords. I love that the King and Queen of Swords are here together. The Queen of Swords is reversed and the King of Swords. It's almost like he's coming through saying, don't worry about it, babe. I'm going to take care of that. Like, you don't have to do the thinking. You don't have to do the planning. For once, you can sit back and be passenger princess, and this person's going to take care of the majority of it for you. In fact, all of it if they can. And this feels so nice. If it's not a romantic partner, though, again, this is like strongly pointing towards that. This could be a friend who is like okay handling things for you. And the Two of Wands. Back of the deck is the Queen of Cups. I do see you a little bit emotionally reserved around, maybe even specifically, like if you're dating more casually, you may be more reserved about expressing your emotions. And it wouldn't surprise me if your person even brought this up. It's like, hey, why are you more quiet than usual? Why are you more withdrawn? I haven't heard from you in a while, or you're not speaking as much as you used to. I am getting this kind of energy. Like, it's fun. Like, you're having fun and you're having a great time. And it's nothing against this person either. It's just you've got a lot on your mind, and I feel like you're figuring stuff out. This is odd because it feels like Pisces energy, but this isn't really Pisces season. It's Aries season. Maybe you'll feel this more in Taurus season, because Taurus does like their peace and quiet. But yeah, it's a great month. I just feel like there's going to be a few things subconsciously that you may or may not want to share with the person that is trying to be your King of Swords here. And of course, they don't necessarily have to be an air sign, though that could be the case. Or even Mercury in an air sign. So let's get your career and finances. It's a great month for love, that's for sure. And you're going to be looking amazing. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm hearing somebody is not fulfilling a promise or not following through in something that they said they would in the workplace. 5 of Cups. And people are just becoming low morale. I keep hearing low morale in the workplace. Strength. 5 of Wands. Yeah, because, okay. It's like the workplace is doing well. Like the profits are up, clients are up, like everything is on the up and up. And somebody said that once we reached the goal, we would do this, but they're not following through. So people are kind of losing morale or losing trust in the leadership or in whomever said this would be better. Because it's like, we kept our end of the deal. Why are you not keeping yours? But I also see other people saying, well, of course they're not following through. They're, you know, they would lie. Because the place is looking great, but it's causing internal conflict within the workspace. So if you work for a big company, for example, everything you hear about them on the news is great. But if they were to see it like behind closed doors, how much conflict there is, it's like you wouldn't believe it, because this is how everything is being handled. 10 of Cups. I do feel like things will end up being better though. Lovers reverse. Somebody has to go. Somebody has to go. This could be like somebody in a position of leadership, somebody who, I'm hearing nepotism, somebody who kept giving jobs to people that they favored and not people who deserve them. Because the cycle has to end. People are fed up with something and they're going to be forced to do something. That's why the Ten of Cups is coming through. It's like, okay, we understand that nobody was being happy with how things were turning out. So something has to shift, something has to happen. So this is a big shift in the workplace. And I feel like you're going to feel it, especially by mid-month, because we have 2 5s and then a 10. Maybe the 5th and 10th. But more like I'm thinking halfway through the month. And then by the end of the month for sure, because 5 is half a 10, if 10 was the number of completion here. So yeah, the leadership, it's like, okay, you're not keeping your word. It's time to remove you. You're not saying what you said you would do. It's time to release that. In fact, if you're coming from pile 1, that could be the thing that maybe you wanted to hear, because I was getting a similar message regarding that or something akin to that. But with that said, let's get your closing cards. I feel like this pile went by really fast, but yours was very to the point. Like I feel like it was very simple. Things are going to be very simple for you this month. It's going to be to the point. Nothing's going to be too drawn out. Not only that, but like I said, there's a lot of silence this month, so you may not be very talkative, or you may not want to talk a lot. Maybe you don't even want to hear anything for a while, like radio silence. So pile 2. We have, I don't need to morph into someone I'm not to be accepted by people. Yes, exactly. You are good just the way you are. You're going to be looking great. You may not feel great, but like that inner critic, it's time to silence them because you look amazing just the way you are. And you might be given a confirmation of this somehow. Like maybe people compliment you on your pictures, or they say how nice you look out in public. We have, I am more than my struggles. Yeah, because life isn't all about struggles. I feel like you're cashing in on a lot of fun this month that you've been needing, or that you've been maybe even hoping for, wishing for, manifesting. If not manifested, I feel like it's time to take a break and just indulge in life, or let somebody else, let somebody else do the planning, the thinking for a little bit. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the ocean or pistachio calcite, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it in the video, we have your reading here for the month of April. We're going to see what the month of April has in store for you. We're going to look at your oracles, and we're going to get into the tarot to see your general love, relationship, and career romance. So let's get started with the cards you chose. I'm intending these, you got 2, the pink cards, to be a yes-no type of answer. So go ahead and ask your question for this month, and I will answer that last. So starting with the card you got, we have Community Garden, number 7. To be in community is to be part of something greater than you could ever have imagined. We also have Creating Altars, number 9. May you be reminded of the altar within, where the truth of your magic holds all that you seek. Something about paying homage to either a particular community or people that were part of your community could be important. I'm getting some sort of event. You could be very tied to your community this month, or you could be doing something for your neighborhood community, whether that's your local community or a community that you identify with. It could be very important this month. We have Milk Thistle, Peaceful Warrior, which actually goes with the community theme here. Some of you could be protesting or doing something for the greater good. We have Magic, number 11. And Overrate Your Intuition, number 2. Interesting. We're combining something about magic to influence your community, or even bringing peace to an area. This makes me think of like peaceful protesting, and I'm seeing, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like monks, like what the Buddhist monks were doing a few months ago. I forget how long ago it was, where they were walking for peace in the US. So something along those lines. You could be doing something similar or something akin to that. If not, this could be you using your magic and influence and intuition to, again, influence or bring some sort of good vibes, good energy within your community. Again, the community could be anything. It doesn't even have to be in person. It could be online. or it could be across the globe. But I do feel like the people around you are feeling some type of way. So for example, like I consider my tarot community to be a sort of community that I'm always blessing and always sending clarity, resolutions, and just overall abundance, prosperity, good things here. So you could be doing something very similar to that. And to answer your yes/no questions, we have chill out and realign and call it in. Realign and call it in. There was something about realigning that I was telling somebody earlier today. I wish I could remember it, but it's like instead of manifesting something, instead of being in the energy of something, I'm getting the energy that in order to be in vibration with something, we have to realign to it, like be in the flow with it. So there's something here about taking a new perspective with the chill out card and being able to move in a new direction. So whatever the approach that you've been taking before, I feel like you will take a new one because it's meant to realign. So this could be a metamorphosis of not just you, it could be of your collective, whatever collective you identify with or whatever collective you're very strongly aligned with. You're all going to shift in a very different direction, which I've been foreseeing for a while now. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is. And more specifically, which collective it is, because I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely people within my age range. But other than that, or maybe a little bit younger as well, maybe slightly older. Either way, my generation, and I'm seeing something very different. Numbers that could be of importance, we have the 7th, 9th, and 11th, 23rd, and the 2nd. Those could all be dates that are important this month of April. Some of you could literally be creating a garden and an altar at the same time. I'm thinking of altars and gardens make me think of a graveyard. So maybe some of you are going to like your local graveyard to do something, even if it's just, cleaning it up or bringing something positive. Or maybe some of you could be visiting it. Maybe it's that time of year where you do a yearly visit to someone special. It's giving Dia de Muertos vibes, not gonna lie. Day of Dead vibes. So take that only if it resonates, even though it's only April. Maybe you're already in preparation for it. So there's also something here about nurturing, because this shows a woman with, nurturing with her breast milk here. So that makes me think in general of nurturing, like giving back to the community, nurturing yourself and others around you. So yeah, whatever you're doing this month, it will feel like the beginning of something, and it won't feel like your work is ever done because it's never ending. But it is a labor of love and like a tireless cause as well. So yeah, I keep saying so, I'm sorry. Let's move on to the tarot to see specifically this month how it will go. We're going to start with, the pocket tarot, the well-known pocket tarot. For some of you, your communities could be shifting. Maybe you were in one and now you're in another, and you're seeing similar themes. So let's focus on you, pile 3. But this one is definitely very concerned about the collective. We have the 5 of Pentacles, understanding that you have more than you realize. Also, why is this card? Is it scratched up? Oh, that's weird. It's not. Sorry, just noticed that in the shadow. In this lighting, I'm seeing a different reflection of this card that I couldn't see during the day. So this makes me think that maybe in certain lights you will see different things. And under different lights, you will see different things. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you are in a very abundant mindset or energy this month for sure. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. This could be an abundance of energy, time, dedication. Whatever you have enough to spare, so you feel like you're going to give back. Or you're more willing to give back. King of Pentacles reversed. The Tower. So something fell through and now it's your time to give back, Ace of Swords. But I don't think anybody saw it coming. So when everything else fails around you, or when something is not coming through, you step in because you feel a call to action. And back of the deck is a Chariot. Because I see something not panning out, something being canceled, or somebody, maybe there is a contingency plan here in place that maybe you put or somebody else put, but regardless, I do see you being part of the equation where you're going to step up because somebody couldn't step in. or somebody couldn't come through. And maybe this even triggered something within you because you've had people flake on you before. So now it's like, well, I'm not going to flake. Somebody needs to do something here. That's the energy I'm getting. Again, it could be for your community. It could be for others. It could be for a family. It could be for friends. But I do see you stepping up very, very strongly. And the good news is that this is going to be good for you in the long run. It's either going to look good for you or you're going to get this paid back in some way. If not by the people you are helping directly or the cause you are helping directly, then by something else in the future. So don't think that this energy or this effort has gone unnoticed. It will come through. It will come back to repay you in some way. So with that said, since we keep talking about the community, let's go ahead and get into your relationships. Not just romantic ones, but the platonic ones as well. For pile 3. I'm seeing a piano. Does somebody here play piano? I'm seeing a redheaded woman at a piano, and I'm sure there's plenty of redheaded musicians, singer-songwriters out there who play piano. I'm thinking Tori Amos and is it Florence from Florence and the Machine? Florence Welch, I think her name is. Or maybe you yourself are a redheaded woman who plays piano, or know somebody who does. We have the Queen of Pentacles. There she is. We have the 9 of Swords. I'm getting a singer-songwriter, and specifically singer-songwriter songs are coming through. King of Cups reversed. I'm literally getting a whole song. And like King of Cups reversed and Knight of Swords reversed. Somebody's helping you unpack something that somebody said or did. I'm hearing a song. I think it's called 2 a.m. And I forget the lady who sings it. But the song goes 2 a.m. and she calls me because I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. And I'm getting vibes like this where like somebody may help you with some sort of like a situationship deal or like a complicated relationship you may have with somebody. If it's not a woman, it's just the feminine energy is coming through very strong. It could be a very feminine kind of energy, like a very feminine masculine sign. Sorry, feminine earth sign, a very feminine earth sign. It could be somebody like a masculine person who's very in touch with their feminine side. Regardless, I do feel like they help you with somebody, and they're, I keep getting decoding what their intentions could be. Because maybe somebody ghosted or somebody's communication style changed up and it's freaking you out. This is very to the point. I feel like somebody's helping you with some relationship issue. But this is meant to be just comfort. It's not meant to be the reality. And I do feel like you will hear from this person, especially Queen of Cups. Especially at some point when they see that you have either not reached out or moved on. I don't know. They're going to get us. Maybe it could be. They will reach out. I just think it's going to be different for everybody. Maybe for some of you, it's like if there's a psychic bond between you and this person who cut things off, there could be like some sort of need to have a heart-to-heart, or it could be, for some of you, maybe you're talking to this specific person that I'm mentioning about their intentions, their rather emotional or unemotional intentions, whatever it is. I keep getting decoding something because it's making you nervous. And I'm getting deja vu as I say this. Well, not nervous. It's making you anxious. Decoding something that somebody said. This person could be an earth sign. You could be an earth sign. This could be happening on both sides, honestly. Maybe somebody's trying to talk to someone about your intentions, and maybe you're talking to somebody else about their intentions. When honestly, I feel like you should be talking to each other. I'm not sure how realistic that is or how doable that is, but that's kind of what I'm getting. So take that as it resonates. That one was very to the point. Now let's move on to your career and finance for the month of April. I'm getting deja vu. I swear I've read this exact thing before for relationships in like previous months, maybe even last year. If you remember that by chance, let me know. Maybe there's an argument had in the middle of the night and you can't go to sleep, so you wake up and you're like, you know what? No, let's talk about it. I can't sleep. Let's talk about it. For some of you, this might be a healthy way to resolve conflict. Okay, at work we have strength. You have Three of Wands. I'm hearing you could be making more money, or you could be getting more reinforcements or hiring more people. I'm hearing that help is coming in some way. Whatever help you need, whether it's in finances or work, it's coming. The Moon. The intentions as to why is unclear. You know, when things are starting to go right in a place where things always go wrong, that you start to be very suspicious as to why it is. Like when your boss suddenly starts working, you know, extra hard and making it a point to be working hard. And you're like, oh, are the higher ups coming in? Because our boss is actually off their ass and doing something for once. That's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, the Magician. Yeah. Somebody. 10 of Wands. And I've read this before as well. It's going to be one of those months where the company, the business is doing stuff that everybody has been asking for to make them look good. Not because they wanted to, and not because, you know, someone told them to. It's because when everything looks good at the workplace, then it makes them look good. But I feel like a lot of companies and a lot of bosses operate in this kind of way anyway. So if you're wondering why things are starting to look better, it's because somebody has been finally caving in to either giving people raises, getting more equipment, getting more, hiring more people, training people, whatever it is. It's one of those months where in the workplace, things are looking great because somebody has to kiss up to somebody. Take advantage of it. Just ride with it. Even if the intentions are kind of meh, just go along with it. In terms of finances, same thing. It's like you're finally getting your money in because you need it. So money that has been due, or maybe you get a slight raise, you get what you need to buy the things you need. Back of the deck, we have the Tower. Yeah, to prevent something crazy from happening. So what are they called? Protective measures, I guess, in the workplace. And the feeling, I mean, you may feel some way or some other type of way about it, but just go with it. Like if you're finally getting what you want, who cares what the intention was behind it, as long as you're finally getting it. But maybe that could make you question yourself why you don't feel so great about receiving the thing that you've been asking for as well. Pile 3. So with that said, let's get your final cards of the month, your closing advice. Not gonna lie, it's been a few days since I've tapped back into this reading because my schedule's all over the place, so if something was amiss or if the card decks are mismatched, then I do apologize. So, pile 3, your month of April. I am okay with who I am. I am not perfect, but I am always learning and growing. Let me repeat that because my voice cracked a little. I am okay with who I am. I am not perfect, but I am always learning and growing. Yeah, this is not a month for perfection in the least bit, but it is a month. It is a month where you want to do more for the greater good. It is a month where you're doing a lot for others. It's almost like you take that perfectionist energy that you usually pour into yourself out into the world to perfect some sort of cause or perfect something else. My body works so hard for me. It does, pile 3, and make sure you take it easy. Make sure you're giving your body love in whatever way it needs to be loved, whether it's through nourishment, exercise, or just some rest. All of the above in equal amounts and, healthy equal amounts if possible. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the clear quartz tower, then we have a reading here for you for the month of April. We're going to see what April has in store for you. We're going to start with the cards you chose, and we're going to get into the tarot to see your general love relationship and your career and finance. So we're going to start with your oracles. This pink card is going to be a yes/no type of question. So go ahead and ask your question. I will flip that last. The card you got is Sacred Circle, number 34. A dive into the depths of the unknown within beckons your becoming. We also have Aries, number 3. You are being called to step into the flame with an ignited vision of your desires. Time is of the essence. Something about time this month could be important, whether you have enough or not enough of it. We have What's Your Honest Truth, number 20. We have Superstar, number 32. And Mitra Jinya, shape-shifting, number 34. Interesting that 34 came through twice. Maybe some of you are turning 34 this month, or 32, or 20. But also the number 3 and 2 has come out in pretty much every card. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2 and 3, and 2. The 23rd could be important. Regardless, I am getting this energy that you're going to be shining. You're going to be kind of like a VIP kind of energy, because I feel like people are asking for your presence. People could be seeking you out. You could be glowing. You could be shining. I'm getting like Sun in the first house, or even Venus in the first house. First house energy in general, because this is Aries season. But for a lot of you, this could be like you being low on time of being places. Like you could be late to some places, or you could not have enough time to spend somewhere. I am getting this feeling that you might have to do a lot or be a lot for people this month, whether you like it or not, or whether it's called of you or not. You might just kind of be in that mood, because I'm literally getting like Venus and Aries energy, which anyone who knows me, I don't typically stick around too long. Like anytime I leave, I swear people are like, oh, why are you leaving so soon? Even though I've been there for hours. And I'm like, dang, I can't spend more than 3 hours somewhere. I do have things to do. So I'm kind of getting that energy. Maybe your time is very precious, or you could just be spread thin this month. Regardless, your beauty, your essence, your energy, your personality is shining this month. And I feel like that's why people can't get enough of you, which is always a great problem to have, I guess, depending on the situation. But what's your honest truth? I am kind of getting that you may have to be very honest about whether you can do something or not, because this also lends itself to people wanting you to be in their projects, to headline certain things, to just be included. And I feel like it's an honor to be included in things, but if you can't do something, if realistically you know you don't have the time or energy for something, I feel like you may have to be very honest with people as to not disappoint them. So I am getting that. The card you got says shuffle and pull again. So let me find that deck then. It's funny because I had a pile where there were 2 of the pink cards, but that one didn't have cards that were like that. Anyway, shuffle and pull again. Ask an ally. So it's not a yes or no for your question. It's more about asking somebody's opinion, or asking maybe for advice about what to do. So I do get the feeling that some of you could be indecisive. Maybe some of you are Libras and this month could be when, of course, the sun is in your 7th house, the house of relationships and social. To me, it's the house of sociability. I don't know if that makes any sense, because it makes it very easy for people to like you. So for a lot of you, you could be getting a lot of attention as well, like unexpected attention, or just because all 3 of these cards make me think of like really good profile pictures. Maybe you're updating your profile picture, and every time that happens, you get hit up by new people, people in your DMs, etc. You know who you are. You know when you post that certain kind of picture that you get that certain kind of attention. So that's what I'm getting for a lot of you. So let's move on to the tarot to see what specifically is in store for you this month. Pile 4. We're going to start with your general. Something about time, like maybe like the faster you try to be, the more time slows down. I don't know if you've ever done that, where you try to hurry up and do something, but instead like time just seems to go by faster, which annoys me. I know time's an illusion, because I don't like to be in a hurry, and I'm rarely late, but I swear sometimes time just escapes me. Okay, we have the Hierophant. We have the 5 of Swords. Something about disappointments. I feel like this is about cutting losses, or just like leaving something before it gets worse. I'm not sure what this could be. Ace of Wands. Yeah, leave something and something better will pop up. And the Moon reversed. And you will find out why things had to get so bad, or why things were on the verge of getting worse, but you have to get yourself out of it before it all crumbles down. This feels like Tower energy, but there's no Tower. I don't think it's so much of a timing thing. It might be more of a situation where, just things are not going well, where, there's no winning, where you've tried to reason with it, where you've tried to do something about it, and instead you're being advised to just get up out of there and find out why it had to go down the way it had to later. Because the moon reverse lets me know that secrets will be revealed. It's just you don't have to sit around and wait for the story to end. You don't have to wait around for the plot to come into light or view. Just get out. And then we have the 6. And back of the deck is the 6 of Cups reversed. So there is something about nostalgia. Maybe somebody had a hard time releasing this because it was something you had a long history with, or something that you were very nostalgically or emotionally tied to. But the thing is that you will find out when the time is right why things had to end or why things just couldn't work out. But that's what I'm getting. And I feel like that could be in something that is not relationship or career related. But if it is, you can go ahead and take that. We'll get more in those respective sections. So let's go ahead and move on to relationships and friendships. Friendships and relationships. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Friendships could be your refuge, especially if you've had a lot of like mental chatter. Or if you've been in a very quiet mood. Yeah, we have the Page of Wands, the Hermit. Somebody's going out of their way to do something that they typically don't do because they see that you've gone through a lot. And I'm getting very emotional about this. This could be like even a time of vulnerability between you and somebody that you typically don't show vulnerability around. Because I feel like you've been holding in a lot. You've been rationalizing everything, including your feelings, including if you've been just keeping it all together. But when the subconscious gets overloaded, you have to release it somewhere. And I see this Page of Wands. This is somebody that is still either you're not very close with, they could be younger, or just newer, like a newer friend. I feel like they could really hold open the door for you to be your emotional self. Like, how some people you just feel safe around emotionally or vulnerably. This is what this is coming through as. So somebody here could be a good friend, and this will help you close out a particular cycle and build something new, either with this person or within yourself. So I am seeing that. So do open yourself up to balancing your emotions, balancing what's been going on internally with the help of a friend or even a relationship, a lover if you have one. But take that as it resonates. Just don't be surprised when people want you to open up more than you usually do. A lot of people can sense it. In the workplace and finance, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Ego in the workplace, ego getting in the way of something. We have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Cups. For those of you who have not been feeling very great in the workplace, like either you've lost your confidence to do your job or you've lost the motivation to keep doing something, you're going to get new inspiration from the form of a boss who either sees something good in you or motivates you or believes in you. I feel like this month is really one of emotional support for you, Pile 4. And I feel like people are giving it to you again because they see the bright light, the bright star that you are. And maybe you haven't been shining, or maybe you usually do, but it's a month where you just can't hold it together anymore. Because I see you meeting the demands of everybody, wanting to be, your best self for everybody. But the truth is that we can't always be the best self for everybody if we can't even be the best selves for our own selves. So in the workplace, whether this is something going on personally or something going on within your career, I do see like a mentor type of person. This is the Emperor, but they do not have to be a man. It's just like a masculine presence, which a lot of women do have in the workplace. I feel like you may be very vulnerable with them about a new particular journey or a new life that you're starting outside of the workplace and how that's affecting your work. For a lot of you, this could be, for example, maybe you just moved residences, so you need a little extra time to tend to your new home, or maybe there's like a new family situation that you have to deal with, and you may wonder if that's something you can work around. The High Priestess here, the High Sage, lets me know that your intuition will guide you to the right place to say the right things. But I do feel like for a lot of you, for some of you, this could be the thing that you have to leave at some point, which is interesting, but not everybody. I do feel like if you need help in the workplace, don't be afraid to seek it out. I feel like you'd be surprised at the amount of people who are very open to understanding your situation. In fact, I feel like that's the truth in all areas of your life right now, because you could be going through something that just is far too much. Like, I understand this energy. I was going through this literally a month ago where everything was hitting me. in the same week, literally. So I had to ask, you know, a lot of people for several things, and I was surprised at the people who came through. So hopefully this is the same case for you, but maybe much more easier than my situation, pile 4. But this is what I have for April. I am sending you so much love in all your endeavors and all your situations, pile 4. Let's get your final cards to close you off. Some positive vibes, some positive energy here. Let's get your froggy cards for pile 4. Also, my voice has been very quiet in this one. So maybe likewise, you've been very quiet this month when you typically aren't. We have, just as the world is always changing and evolving, so am I. Yeah, it's definitely a month of growth and evolution for you, because if you weren't resonating with that superstar energy in the beginning with the oracles, don't be surprised if you step into that this month, even if for just this month. And then we have, I don't need to return to older versions of myself to satisfy people who aren't ready to see how I have changed. Yes, and that's very true. I love this. I'm also noticing the moon here, which is the second time the moon has come through. So the full moon of this month could be important, or the waxing moon. But I also heard the song, When the Moon Hits Your Eye Like a Big Pizza Pie. That's amore. I don't know, maybe for somebody that's important here. Or that song could be a reference to something, or pizza could be important. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I am sending you so much love. Take care.